Okay, so, brand new animal. There's no doubt that you've seen at least something from this anime, whether it's a review of it somewhere, just showing up in your Netflix feed, or the Twitter profile pictures. There were a lot of those when this thing first launched. Now, I haven't really watched any anime, really. I tried watching My Hero Academia, but there were like, what, 15 ads on that thing? Then I almost fell asleep watching the first episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, and Walk the Prank didn't really interest me at all. Brand New Animal is a Netflix original anime produced by Studio Trigger, the people behind animes like No, 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 and Cyberpunk Edge Runners. BNA, which is its official acronym, so that's what I'll be calling it for the rest of the video, was released in Japan on March 8th, 2020, and released on the 30th of June in the rest of the world. Now as for me, I watched BNA in one sitting, so my opinion actually matters this time. Before I start, I should mention that if you ever plan to watch BNA, I'd say do that now before watching this, because I plan to get into some pretty spoiler stuff here. However, unlike Sonic GX, I'm not going to go through every episode in full detail, because I'm an idiot, not stupid. BNA begins with racism. No, I'm not joking. After that, we see our protagonist. Goodness, I'm gonna butcher this name. Marichu? Sonichu? After that, we see our protagonist Michiru sneak on top of a bus as she watches Chad Warden on her phone. But oh no, she's attacked by the Anti-Gax. The Anti-Gax chases Michiru into the forest until more furries come out to save her. When the Anti-Gax is completely diminished, Michiru sails to Anima City, which I'm not sure if it's a play on animal or anime. Once she enters the city, it's revealed that everyone there is a Beastman. During the festival, Michiru spots a wolf named Shiro crying, who she later sees after a giant billboard falls onto the ground. They call Shiro Ogami in the anime, but the wiki uses the name Shiro first, so I'm gonna call him that since they live in the land of Donald Duck's America. Shiro follows the smell of the person closest to the billboard, who he finds and beats up along with his crew. Michiru finds them in time to be threatened with a knife, see Shiro beat up the person who threatened her, and see him almost kill the rest of the crew by stepping on him. It's here we learn that Michiru is a pacifist as she doesn't want Shiro to kill the group, but Shiro wants them dead because they work for the humans and sabotage the festival! And Michiru reveals she's a human despite looking like a beastman. Okay. And it's here where my favorite part of the anime begins. When it ends. Yes, I'm serious. The ending of this anime is not only the best I've seen, but the only one I've seen. I love the art style here, the colors have the perfect hue, and do I even need to explain the music? Okay, so the next episode isn't that important plot-wise, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing here. Michiru learns that the animals here have human forms. So they are furries! When Shiro asks her to change into her human form, we find out that she can't for some reason, so Shiro lets her stay with him for a while. The next episode is Snake contacting Colonel about the locations of the bombs around Anima City. Shiro tells Michiru to go to the hospital in case if there are any there. Instead, she's bullied by a gang and saved by Shiro. But uh-oh, the hospital is on fire. It's gotta be the work of the Anti-Gax. Oh, it's just the rhino. Oh, Michiru's about to be thrown off the building by a chameleon. So to not die, Michiru turns into Luffy from One Piece, which she did in the last episode, but it wasn't important plot-wise. You might be wondering why and how she can do this. I don't know, and it's never explained. Shiro tells Michiru to not tell anyone about how she was originally human. In episode 4, Michiru meets Sayu from No Straight Roads after seeing her livestream on Twitter.com. Thankfully, she isn't an idiot and doesn't bring up the fact that she was originally a human. Actually, speaking of that, Michiru knows how to use her human form now. Roll credits. Sayu from No Straight Roads shows Michiru a box of things that she found on the shore, and one of them happens to be AirPods. So it's official, AirPods are canon in BNA, and no one else can tell me otherwise. Later on in the episode, we learn that Michiru is an idiot and agrees to go to a human party in a human city. We were this close. Sayu from No Straight Roads is recognized at the party and forms back into a beastman because hey, why not? A few scenes later, whoa, dolphins can't breathe underwater, you idiot! Michiru forms back into a beastman, furry, and saves Sayu from No Straight Roads, and they return back to Anima City. Alright, a few episodes later, oh no. So one of Michiru's friends, Nazuna, also turned into a beastman, furry, and is the supposed leader of this cult that thinks she's a silver wolf thing. Just thinking about it makes me go cross-eyed, so long story short, she's completely different now. Michiru's upset. Boom. Done. So the rhino guy from the hospital goes insane and becomes Dwayne Johnson. Shiro tries to fight him but struggles, so Michiru gets the idea to fly them where there's no people. And oh yeah. Oh shoot. I forgot to mention that she can fly from the last one because it wasn't important. Shoot. So Michiru gets the idea to bring them to where there's no people, and Shiro freaking dies, then doesn't die, as it's revealed he's the real Silver Wolf. An episode later, Michiru sees Nazuna walk into a vehicle with some FBI agents and gets PTSD from when she was taken away to the cult originally. So she runs after the vehicle and tries to save her, and instead learns on how they were both turned into beastmen, furries. The rhino guy, it always goes back to the rhino guy, accidentally put some beastmen, furry blood into medical supplies, and it coincidentally went to both Michiru and Nazuna, and they turned into furries, Morty! Although this still doesn't explain why Michiru and Nazuna can both use different Beastman abilities. My best guess is that it's a bunch of blood from different Beastmen, which is an awful idea, but that's the best thing I can come up with. In the next episode, Michiru and Shiro try to sneak into a medical center after a bunch of machines paralyze a guy who went insane. It's here the guy who told Michiru about how she turned into a pickle tells him about what makes furries go insane, and it's basically Steven's corruption from Steven Universe Future.
I'm a monster!
But the way that they're treating it is not to remove the ability of transformation, but to turn everyone into humans, effectively the equivalent of canceling Beastmen on Twitter.com. Out of pure frustration, Shiro tries to destroy the remains of the vaccine before literally doing the Drake Bell. Michiru meets up with Nazuna, and she tells her that the cult is hosting a concert that will broadcast across the city. And at the end, she's going to reveal that she was a human the entire time, which she actually believes won't make the Beastmen go insane. And you'll never guess what happens. Okay, maybe that's a bit too intense. Everyone goes insane, then Shiro commits the bite of 87.
Was that the bite?
But she's completely fine. She's the main character of a new series. We can't kill her off. Shiro turns back to normal and howls because it turns out that the blood of Michiru actually turns the Beastmen back to normal. I don't know why, but sure. So everyone goes to City Hall to make a serum with Michiru's blood, but Michiru and Shiro run into that one guy who made the vaccine, and it turns out he was a Beastman the whole time. No way! While Shiro and that one guy who made the vaccine that refused to learn the name of fight, Michiru learns that when Shiro howls, it actually calms down the Beastmen. When Beastmen hear his howl, without hesitation they howl back. So they decide that the way to stop the madness and have their plan work, they'll need to broadcast the howl across the city. But that one guy who made the vaccine that I'm not going to learn the name of won't have that. So Shiro comes in and murders his jaw.
He doesn't actually kill him.
So now that one guy who... That's it, I'm learning the name of this guy. Huh. So now that Alan's freaking dead, they can use that video. Oh wait, Michiru's phone's dead. Since Shiro was already there, they recorded him doing the howl again, and they all lived happily ever after. The end. And that was Brand New Animal. Now, like I've said before, this was the first anime I've ever watched, so comparing it to other anime wouldn't make sense. So I'm just gonna look at this as a regular animated series. So first off, the animation style here is absolutely gorgeous. I love the colors, the action scenes look great, and the characters are expressive and have that trademark Studio Trigger style. And I mean that in a literal sense. The human characters look right out of Little Witch Academia. The voice acting is okay. I watched the English dub like a moron, as people say that the sub is better than the dub. After watching a few minutes of the sub version, I can certainly see why. I don't know why, but compared to the sub version, the dub version just sounds weird. And look, I'm gonna be honest, comparing the actual soundtrack to the ending isn't fair at all, so I won't cover it. BNA overall, in my opinion, is far from a bad show, but I wouldn't say it's great either. Well, maybe if I watch some other anime, BNA will make more sense.
Cory in the house. I'm your man.
Oh, so that's why nobody in the anime uses Twitch.